Good morning, everyone. This is Rafe Gal. We are jumping into Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is the same people who did Pathfinder Kingmaker. It just came out, so I'm hoping it is slightly less buggy than their previous game. But given all the work they've done, given all the progress they've made since that first game got released, I am potentially excited. I really enjoyed that game, so I think this is going to be fun. This one has a bunch more stuff, a bunch more options, as well as uh, going into the mythic features, which is kind of crazy in the original stuff I've seen, but I'm curious to see how that balances out. So we're going to choose the main story. For difficulty, we're actually going to go... I want to do daring, but I do want to be able to level up myself manually. And I do want to be able to retrain characters just in case something goes wrong. I don't know how all of the pieces of this interact with the the difference between the tabletop game and the Kingmaker game and this. Everything works a little different, so I do want to leave the potential there in case I need to adjust something. Last time I started over after 8 episodes, so I sometimes have somewhat ambitious character builds because I like to do weird customized stuff, which is not always conducive to this sort of game. So that's kind of my reasoning for that. Okay, so I did go through ahead of time here to look at character options because, again, I could sit here all day building a character, and by that I mean I totally have been sitting here for the last hour planning out a character build. So we're gonna try this. I had two different thoughts on this. I'm gonna go with the one that I ended up kind of looking at. And so I'm gonna actually explain my thoughts here while I'm doing it. I haven't finalized everything yet, but my current plan is to do a Dragon Air Sire fighter. This gives Arcane Strike. It gives Draconic Bloodline, which is neat. And it gives Fearful Might, which I think is a neat ability at second level. Bonus to Intimidate checks. There's a lot of cool stuff here, but I'm not sure how many levels I'm gonna actually do. My current plan, and this may change, is to eventually go into Dragon Disciple. Now this requires you to have 5 Arcana, so you can't get it to level 6, and you have to be able to cast arcane spells, which means we're going to be multi-classing. I don't know if this is a good idea. However, Dragon Disciple's neat. It gives you a bunch of pretty big stat boosts, and I think that the idea of a Dragon Disciple doing this, epic mythic quest is really neat. And I like the idea of a Dragon Disciple who isn't necessarily a spellcaster. I think it's a neat way to do that, good way to approach it, so that's the direction we're going to go. So in order to do that, I'm either going to be doing a Bard or a Skald as my kind of secondary class down the road. Honestly, kind of my primary class. I want to start as fighter to get these feats early on, and to get that extra hit points and proficiencies that you start with, it feels like a really powerful way to start for this particular build, because I do want to be able to hit things. I do want to be able to get up into combat. So my thought is kind of that with Bard or Scald, you can kind of buff yourself and your party while you're doing combat. And then from there, we'll eventually just continue getting those buffs and spells from Dragon Disciple. But primarily, I want this character to be able to hit things. So I haven't exactly decided what approach I want to take with that, and I'm kind of tempted, given Arcane Strike here, starting out, and given just kind of how good it is, I'm thinking about doing a two-handed crit build again, which I did in the last game with both Amiri and Valerie, but I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the direction I go. So I feel like that's a good starting place, though, as the Dragonair Sire. I am also going to be talking about the details of this a lot, because this is what I like doing. I like these crunchy stat builds. So I have a couple options, or this is the part I hadn't quite decided yet. And I am kind of leaning towards this option. Aasimar is interesting. And it actually gives me the best stat layout for what I want to do with this build. I was kind of going back and forth between Aasimar and Human, but I think I'm just going to stick with Aasimar. And we're going to do an, let's see, was it Angel Blooded, I'm thinking? So I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to go Angel Blooded. Gives us, first of all, Lesser Restoration is a spell that I really wish that I started with last time. When you run into poisons and stuff during the first 3 levels of the game, not being able to remove them without fairly expensive potions and stuff is going to be tricky. This is a really good ability to start with, I feel like. And then we're also going to start with a Strength and Charisma bonus, which is the stats that I want to build this character around. Religion and Magic Device are hit or miss. That was the one downside with this. I was originally looking at doing something with, Azada Blood, because all of those are things that I normally build around. But I feel like for this character, the way I'm setting it up, I think Angel Blood is be better. I don't think this is going to cause a problem with Dragon Blood later. Let's actually just real quick check. I think it lets you see. Doesn't have the following heritage bloodline. Oh, it doesn't confirm that? Okay. Yeah, it undoes your race when you do that, so I can't tell. That's one of those things where I'm a little bit nervous about doing this, but you know what? We're just going to go for it. The fact that it's letting me pick that after I pick my fighter that gets Draconic Blood right off the bat feels like it should be fine. We're going to be a, I'm thinking leader. So one of the good things with this early on, especially, if we end up going Bard, since we already have Buckler proficiency, we're going to instead get a +1 bonus to it, or a -1 to the armor check penalty. And until we decide what weapon we're going to be using, Longsword, Rapier, and Greatsword are all good options. And we're going to get a +1 bonus to all of those, plus a +1 bonus to Persuasion. Which, again, I'm looking at this kind of build that allows me to do intimidate checks. I don't know how good they actually are, which is the other thing that here. Like, late game, a lot of things are immune to fear, so I don't know if intimidate's actually good. But I figure at worst, it's good for dialogue. Like, we're going to get dialogue options with intimidate, and I think that's pretty neat. So we're gonna go... I'm not sure if I want to go that all in, but I kind of think that it's probably okay. The downside with it is going to be the armor class. But I think if I eventually put some points into Dex, we'll be pretty solid on that. This is going to make... So this is the other thing I was considering, is doing something more along those lines. Which honestly, this is probably pretty. The minus wisdom I'm not 100% sure is good, but I feel like getting this intelligence bonus is good for the knowledge arcana we're gonna have. This is gonna be good for concentration and for hit points, armor class, and we should be okay on reflex later. Pretty much our bread and butter is going to be strength and charisma. And I think a lot of our spells for this character are going to be buffs. So I don't think we need it to be maxed out. Knowledge Arcana, Persuasion, Use Magic Device. We already have Use Magic Device as a bonus from our race. So this is going to get really good. And I think that's actually one of the things that is beneficial, is we can kind of use extra items more easily than a lot of people. So for this one, we're going to choose Intimidating Prowess as our first skill. This is part of what makes this character build so good. When we're using Intimidation, we're going to get an extra +4 to it on top of our normal bonus. That's really strong. And I think we're going to go all in on that, because I don't know what weapon... I'm kind of tempted to do weapon focus, but I think this is a solid way to do it. So we're going to go Gold Dragon. I was kind of up in the air on this, but I feel like it's a good option. I know that one of the mythic builds is Gold Dragon, so I kind of like having the Gold Dragon heritage, the Gold Dragon stuff, and then I can either play on Angel or Gold Dragon. This is similar to what I did with my character in the last setup with Ember, except for she was a Dragonblood Sorceress, so this is going to be a very different character, despite the fact that there is that Aasimar dragon thing going. Again, first of all, I like charisma characters. Second of all, I do want to do something different, which is why I'm going straight. And then we are going to go Iomide for Deity. This is favorite weapon longsword, which is fitting for this character, I feel like. And I like the idea of this kind of noble knight character. We are going to start with neutral good. We shouldn't have anything that's alignment based, but I just want to stick with neutral because I know if I start lawful good, I'm probably going to end up drifting chaotic because I don't know for sure. So I'm just going to start neutral good and see which way the game takes me as I play the character. This is going to be the tricky part. I don't necessarily want the like crazy metallic hair that you get for Aasimar, but I don't know if we're gonna get an option. And once again with this, if you haven't, or I'm pretty much just going to be doing my best to match the portrait to some extent. Just for the sake of my sanity, I guess. Definitely not an OCD thing. And then I think we're gonna go with kind of like a gold and red theme that kind of matches the portrait, and it also matches the idea of kind of the gold dragon, I feel like. We'll start with show headgear and backpack on, but we may end up taking that off.
This will hurt! I have no use for this.
My skills exceed yours.
Let us be off. This is my path. We cannot be defeated. I won't give up.
We will be victorious. This will hurt. I'll go ahead. Someone else would make better use of this. Time's not waiting. We will be victorious.
Our time has come. Defeat is not an option. Let us press on. I have no need for this.
We're gonna go pious. So confident felt a little bit to Zap Brannigan.
We do it my way. Their life ends here. A mere flesh wound. I'll take care of it. I'm always ready.
Together we stand.
You're done for.
And
adventures await. Let us be off.
Honestly,
This is my path.
honestly, I do kind of like Brave.
Forwards! We cannot be defeated. I won't give up. Adventures await.
No. I think we're gonna do this. I was debating on this one for quite a while. I think we're just gonna stick with Brave. I am going to go ahead and be Rafe. And we're going to do 5-5 for our birthday, because I like the idea of a character being born under the sign of Desna for some reason. Desna is the goddess, chaotic good goddess of freedom. Sure, why not?
Let us be off.
There isn't a month for Yomade. So this is kind of our starting setup. We are going to be able to do some pretty crazy stuff here. We're going to start with a plus 12 persuasion for Intimidate, which is really high. I feel like we have kind of a good well-rounded build. Well-rounded physicals. Going to be getting huge strength bonuses late in the game. Charisma enough that we can do our multi-class. I don't need to multi-class that much, but we'll see how the party lines up. Based on what I was seeing, there are lots of healers and stuff in the in your main party, and a few options that you can kind of start with for melee characters. But no real, or not a ton of buff or support characters. No bard. So that's kind of why I ended up deciding to go this way. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, we'll see how my computer can handle this, because I am slightly nervous about fetch a healer as they drop you unceremoniously.
Somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him?
Demons, Prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
Okay.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival.
Okay.
O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
Okay.
Hear, hear. That's the Crusader spirit. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there. Yes, you. Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev.
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Hey, Sela. We've been using her in the card game.
Be quick about it before it's too late. Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I'll just give my name. I haven't decided yet. I want to know more.
Of that name. Who are you then? What's your business in the city?
Let's see. What is my business in the city?
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man. He has been through enough already.
No portrait.
Go on. I'll take care of him.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that. So I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
Okay. We are right in the thick of it.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There. You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form. I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done. My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully. Certainly. But
okay.
I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return.
Okay.
But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Okay. So, right off the bat, we get a bunch of information, and none of it was super over the top. Let's see, click the right mouse button to move. And I'm guessing right moves. WASD moves the camera. Okay.
Let us be off.
Middle mouse button or Q or E. The camera. Okay. So far, so good. So I definitely like the fact that you're just thrown right into the middle of this. We don't get a lot of background, but they do a pretty good job of kind of helping, or about just throwing you in there. Okay, right click on that for interactions with objects. Okay, so we threw a dart at the target. I'm assuming this is just kind of tutorial stuff. There's just so much there. I will say there's a bit much going on here. Oh.
Behold, Crusader gods. Behold, Iomade. You poor imposter. Your city will fall to me. Your followers will feed my hunger.
Hey, I think I found the bad guys.
Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Let the feast begin.
Oh.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell. You must have got a good drubbing round the head, brother. Discari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all Crusaders and all living things, come to think of it. Sure thing. Here, take this. Best
Crossbow? I'm a strength character.
It's the height of a demon lord, even. Good luck. Try not to get eaten now.
Okay, that'll be great.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I sow.
Well, that is not the direction I was expecting that to go. But okay.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabris, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Okay.
Let's move.
Holy mother of...
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I feel them all right. Wouldn't say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Yes. I am quite strong, so I will assist. Failed? Okay, wait a minute. Skill value is 0, but athletics is strength-based, so I should have had a +4? Okay. You have failed the skill check. So this she became fatigued and incurred temporary penalty if your skill check had been successful. That kind of bothers me, because athletics is strength-based. We should have had a +4. Okay.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in.
A fellow Crusader! Welcome, brother. This is great. I would have been happy to have any companion in this, but it's nice to be stuck down here with somebody who's my kind of crazy.
It's a good
thing
you still got your faith. Because right now, to be totally honest, faith's probably the only thing we do have. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us, with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Okay, we have a party now. I don't have a weapon yet, do I? I'm also going to just double check this quick because it bothers me. Okay, so my armor penalty is what canceled that out. Gotcha. That makes way more sense. Engraved Lucky Bracers, +1 to AC. And Sela has a longsword, heavy shield, ever-burning torch. I'll take the torch for now, I guess. I'm sure I'll find something soon enough, but that'll work just as well. Containers. Oh, hey. There's like all the stuff that I was just talking about.
I'll make my own legend.
Character. Inventory. I guess we'll go... Let's see, flail is 1d8, so is an iron... We'll go cold iron longsword and heavy shield for now. Cloak of resistance, sure. They're giving us a lot of good stuff right off the bat. That's kind of intimidating, but okay. And we'll give her an ever-burning torch back.
Who's there?
Oh. Let's see. Camellia, she was one of the people who was on the surface with us. Broke the hilt of a rapier. Okay.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it. Certainly. Survivors should
You want to
stick
join
together.
us?
It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves? I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Okay, Camellia has Cure Light Wounds, so we want to have her heal herself. First is cast Light Spell, or give one of the ever-burning torches to a character to carry. Just a dagger, but it's Masterwork dagger, so that's something, I guess.
Save the last one for me.
Okay. Switch between turn-based and real-time modes. Push T. I have not messed around with turn-based mode. They added that way later in the original in Kingmaker. So I have it set currently with a bunch of pause stops. We'll see how that goes.
I'll cut you wide open.
Forwards!
Okay. I am assuming that there is a button that will highlight all the characters. I need to figure that one out. Stop formation. We should backspace selects all characters. Okay. And for formation, nope, never mind. We don't have a lot of options yet. It does not auto scroll currently, so we may need to mess around with that, but we'll see. Tyrendilev's scale. Restore life to a deceased character. Okay. Giant fly. I guess we're gonna go all in on this. And we just wrecked it. Okay. I may need to look at camera options here.
We will be victorious.
Into the fray!
Okay. Random items.
Do not do not waver!
The world in crimson.
She sounds a little too happy about that. Okay, that means there's an... If it paused like that, that means there's another enemy, I think. Nope.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. Wenduok!
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Oh, okay.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze...
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusades' finest.
Sadly, underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
In Canabres, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
There's a demon attack going on right now.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
If only we had a Paladin of Yomade or a angel-blooded Azamar.
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Okay. Let's ask about the sword first.
It came here with its owner a long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire.
Nice.
So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Yeah, we'll help them out.
An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
Hidden object. Some interactive objects aren't easy to find. Moving past an object, every character automatically makes perception checks. Okay. Statue of an unknown knight. The technique is crude, but the figure is clearly something something, genuine feeling. Knight from the First Crusade. Okay. So we... Aha, that's why it gave us that prompt. Copper ring. This room looks like an improvised museum, or perhaps some kind of temple.
I found... something?
Okay, so this actually feels like a pretty good spot here to take a quick break. I am not 100% sure how all of this is exactly playing out, but I want to make sure that I get a chance to save here and break up the video. This seems like as good a time as any. So far, I'm enjoying the game. It does... Oops. It did throw us in right into the deep end. You know, that's... There's a lot going on. And there's a couple layers to what's going on. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure we'll find out more as we go. But yeah, I think we'll be okay. And I'm excited to see how it all works out. So hopefully you are still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.